Greetings everyone, I hope you have a good summer. Half of the summer is almost gone. And in the media, they are starting to talk about the Batman disease and of course the Monkeyman disease. And people in the know jokingly ask themselves, like, are you ready for the autumn and the winter? And that's the question, are we ready? And I think we are. People like us have had 2 years of realizing what's going on, how to deal with situations depending on where you are. You know, not having a QR code for something, how to deal with that. You should have a strategy by now after 2 years. That's the minimum requirements. So in a sense, yeah, I'm ready. I hope not, but I'm ready. You have to be ready because for the last 2 years you must have prepared. As I said, you must have a fighting plan, a defense plan and a fleeing plan. Because there are 3 things in strategy when you have to achieve a goal. A military goal or I don't know, some kind of a struggle. You either win, succeed. 2, you either are on the defense, you defend something, or you hold your position. Or 3, you retreat, you flee, or you reposition yourself. As an example, if you live in a country where you have to have a face cover and a QR code, you might have fought well, you might have defended your position well, and then you maybe left that country or something like that. And I think people like us by now should be able to see this, not get upset, not get too hung about what's written, what's not, because people in all camps are too addicted to emotions and triggers and news and rumors and anything they can sort of grab onto. And we are served that. Even people on our side, on their side, whatever side you think exists, all sides are giving things to get hung up on. One thing we know for sure is that all the money invested in these technologies with the apps and QR codes and social credit scores, those were big investments. That technology will not just be forgotten. And as mentioned many times, in China they have a certain kind of culture. They just slam that social credit score system in the folks' heads and they accept it. We are more independent or individual, at least a tiny bit we are in Europe and so on. So we need to be tricked, we need to have terrorism, we need to have fears and diseases, Batmans, Planet of the Apes and all these sort of things to get us into that. And now, in the middle of the year, everybody's relaxed. Some few, I'm gonna say people, are still covering themselves. Sad, fearful. But most of the people have forgotten about this. But as soon as this is turned on again, in some shape and form, as I said, there's a lot of money being invested in this social credit score, QR system, and incorporation of banks, social credit scores, QR systems, personal numbers or identity number, whatever that's called in your country. There's too much invested in that just to be left aside. So a new thing will come about. And we will always be surprised. You know, people think that social credit score would have arrived in some kind of 1984, like boots on the ground, boots in the face type of thing. But no, it was a Batman thing from a marketplace, they say. And people believe that. Yeah. So with that said, are you ready? Because for us who are born in the 80s, maybe early 90s, we are used to being free in a sense. this summer for us is like the normal, and our mind gets comfortable with identifying that kind of situation and possibility, right? So we are kind of not forgetting, but it's like we are back in our right shoes again, the pair of shoes we really love. And I said that if you want to do something this year, do it. So yeah, are you ready? Have you prepared? Do you have a fighting plan, a defense plan? Do you have a escape or regrouping plan? Do you have a passport that is up to date? You know, simple things, easily forgotten in the beautiful summer days. So yeah, that's my take on it. What I know, like for sure, on the base of like what's coming in general terms, it's one, the investment in all of this social control, social credit score system, the control of our money. It's a huge investment that won't go away. Second, the reason to further implement that will be maybe like it was during the last 2 years. Maybe it will be something new or a variant of it. But we will be surprised in a sense, because if we knew, we would be pretty much part of the plan, wouldn't we? So it's impossible, but the general principles still apply. And as I said, I think there's no point in getting upset or too hung up. Try to be relaxed, try to enjoy yourself, try to I don't know, go out, work out or something. Enjoy and focus on the nice things while you can, because when you think about the last 2 years, things were kind of out of reach. I mean, you could still live and breathe. Well, breathe, not all people could actually do, but you get my point. You ate something, you were still alive, but you felt sort of like in a prison. Possibilities were cut. And so whatever is ahead, we shouldn't be we should have a plan for that right now. We had 2 years. I mean, come on, we're the good guys, right? We're the smart people, so we think. So yeah, and it's funny because it's becoming on the headlines now, becoming a topic. The bats, the monkeys, and the cure for the Batman thing and the Monkeyman thing. And of course, this might be just a way to kind of keep the topic hot, not let it really just freeze and float away somewhere. But when you think about it, all those investments in that technology, that's not going away. So we should always focus on the first aspect, the fighting. Speak out. Of course, don't like do it unnecessarily where you think there's no point, there's nobody who will listen. But generally, you got nothing to lose. Speak out. And people are on all sides very over calculating. They think they know. They think they can kind of think about through everything. They think they have all the information. We don't. First principles and the heart. I heard somebody talk about like the aspect of the basic natural principles and the way of the heart. Like if you take something silly, like what came first, the egg or the chicken? Oh, there's a train coming there. The egg or the chicken? Well, people discuss that, but when you think about the heart, why would the creator create the egg first and let the child grow up without the parents? So of course the mother came first. And you have to be like that, If you know something, if you think it's right or wrong, just say it. Just speak about it. People will never learn that. It's such a simple thing, but people just don't do it. And when you start to do that, you're relaxed. You become like that meme, you know, when somebody asks somebody angrily about something and the person just replies yes or no, or I will do or I will not do. You know, you're just calm, you're firm, you're rooted. Why? Because you live by the first principles, and that's no theory. First principles are just the way of the heart. Fairness, being correct, being upright. You know, everybody knows what's right and wrong. And this is important to remember. People who say there is no right and wrong are crazy in a sense when we realize that. And everybody has thought about that during some period. You know, you listen to some smart person, you read a smart book. But to even talk about nothing being right or wrong, you still have the concept and the idea of something being right or wrong. There is a right and wrong. And good people care about what's going on in the world. You know, we should care. We should not care and destroy ourselves, but we should care, we should speak about it. That's the only thing we can do. It costs nothing. Oh, a rat. It costs nothing. You have this thing called the tongue and the mouth and these muscles here. You know, it can produce sounds. Simple as that. So with 11 minutes, all I want to say is like, what's going on? Are you doing all right? I hope you have a good time. All the best.